Hey guys, what is up? It is I, James Penrose here, back again for my next video. And this video, as you can tell from the title down below, is going to be my full official WWE Battleground 2015 review. And this pay-per-view was just brilliant. Honestly, just brilliant. It was a great, memorable show. There are a couple of complaints I'm going to get into in this video, but overall, a great, memorable show to watch, and probably the best pay-per-view of the year next to WrestleMania 31. So I'm going off memory here. What matches were the best? What come to mind I'm going to be talking about? First match was the opening. I'm not going to get into the whole pre-show between R-Truth and King Barrett. King Barrett won. Big deal. Battle of the Crown. Hopefully they end it now. It should be done. But the first match was Randy Orton going up against Sheamus. Now, this was kind of a mediocre way to start the pay-per-view in my opinion. It was a decent, at best, match. Average. Nothing too special. Randy Orton won off the RKO out of nowhere. Sheamus as Mr. Money in the Bank, I'm definitely not buying it one bit. I've never really that big of a Sheamus fan, if I'm honest with you. I don't know about you, but me personally, I've never been that big on Sheamus. He's a good wrestler, and he's got a good character, and he can put on good matches when he wants to be, but as Money in the Bank, so forgettable, and it's just not relevant, and I say take it off him. Like, have him cash in and lose, because I really don't want him to become the champion, I really don't. He's had it, and it was a forgettable title reign back in 2010. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. The match was average at best. Orton won off the RKO again. Sheamus, how he utilised the Texas Cloverleaf, the bro kick, the white noise. He has a good moveset, but at the end of the day, we knew who was going to win. It was Randy Orton. So, decent match, but nothing too special there. The next match we're going to be talking about is for the WWE Tag Team Championship match. We have the New Day as the challengers going up against the Tag Team Champions, the Prime Time Players. Now, I'm going to say this match was a pretty darn good match. I had my doubts as to whether or not these two could really work well, but if you saw the Money in the Bank well, not the ladder match, but their Money in the Bank match at the pay-per-view, it was definitely a good match, and this match was no different. It was a brilliant match to see. Definitely picked up towards the end. It was back and forth, and Titus O'Neil ended up finishing the match off with that. It's almost like a sit-down spine buster type slam, and 1, 2, 3, the Primetime Players ended up retaining their tag team championships. Now, a lot of people are going to be mad about this, saying, oh, well, the New Day should have won it back. They're the better tag team. Well, you got to look at it like this. The Primetime Players, they've only had that tag team championships for a month. I say give them a fair, legitimate run, because they are a good tag team, just like the New Day. I mean, the New Day as a heel tag team, they're so funny, they're so over, and so are the Primetime Players as a face tag team. So I say give these two tag teams another match for the titles, and you can do whatever from there. But pretty much this was a good match to watch, and it set up for what was going to happen later on in the show, and it was just even better from there. But definitely a good match to see. Alright, the next match I'm going to be talking about is a match that was put in here at the last minute. I'm not talking about these matches in order, by the way. Whatever comes to mind I'm going to be talking about. This happened last minute. And I said in the last video that it wasn't going to happen because it wasn't made until, it wasn't official. But once at the top of the show started, it was announced that they were going to be having a Divas Triple Threat match. And the Divas Triple Threat match consisted of Brie Bella, NXT Women's Champion Sasha Banks, and woo! The daughter of the Nature Boy Ric Flair, Charlotte. And it was a pretty good triple threat match to watch. It wasn't the best thing I've ever seen from a Divas match, but it wasn't a piss break. And that's the thing. When we say give Divas a chance, this is a prime example of what we mean. Give them time to establish who they are as wrestlers, as characters in the ring, and show that they can put on a pretty good match and can keep butts in the seats, pretty much. And Brie Bella, I was sceptic at first as to why Brie Bella was going to be put in this match instead of Nikki Bella as the champ. I mean, what I thought would be pretty cool was have Nikki Bella come into the ring with Team Bella and say, you know what, nah, we're not going to wrestle, we're going to do one. Then all of a sudden, Stephanie McMahon comes out and announces, no, Nikki, you get back in the ring, because you're going to be defending your Divas title in a triple threat match against Charlotte and Sasha Banks. That's what I really would have liked to see, but no, they just went with a regular triple threat match, and you've got to start somewhere, and this is a good way to start. Brie Bella really held her own in the ring. She's not a bad wrestler. A lot of people kind of underrate her, in my opinion, but she's, well, nothing special, but still a good wrestler. But Charlotte and Sasha Banks were the two main divas to watch, along with Brie Bella. I mean, I love Sasha Banks' move, how Brie Bella and Charlotte were just kind of dangling towards the middle turnbuckle in the corner, and Sasha Banks just kind of did like a double stomp on them both on the side. It was kind of awesome to see that. Charlotte ended up winning the match by tapping out Brie Bella in the figure 8. It looks like a figure 4, but it's a verified version. It's called the figure 8. And Charlotte ended up winning the triple threat match. And it was a good triple threat match to watch. And time with these divas is what we need, like we got in this match. And if this is a side of things to come, then the Divas division's clicked on and we're getting something great. So thank you, WWE, for that. Alright, Next match we're going to be talking about Bray Wyatt going one-on-one with Roman Reigns. Now, before I get into this match, I want to say Roman Reigns lately has been doing a very, very good job. He's been getting a lot of better fan reactions, I've noticed, even though the one tonight was a bit it was a bit salty, you know. I mean, St. Louis, Missouri, they're not really too keen on Roman Reigns, but nonetheless, another great match to see. It was back and forth towards the end. Throughout the start, it was kind of all Bray Wyatt getting the offense. Roman Reigns would try to come back, but no. Bray Wyatt keep getting him in submission holds, sleeper holds, and it led towards the ending of the match, which I personally did not see coming. Roman Reigns, I think, was about to get Bray Wyatt back in the ring when all of a sudden a mysterious big guy in a hoodie, you know who I'm talking about, attacks Roman Reigns, gives him a super kick to the face, puts him back in the ring. Bray Wyatt hits the Sister Abigail on Roman Reigns, 1, 2, 3, and Bray Wyatt surprisingly defeated Roman Reigns. And who was that guy in the hoodie? Well, obviously it was Bray Wyatt's former Wyatt family associate, Luke Harper. Luke Harper helped Bray Wyatt get the win, which I didn't see coming. A major swerve there, and this now has every right to carry on the feud to SummerSlam in another match. And hell, it could be a handicap match. Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper versus Roman Reigns. That could be a possibility too. I'll just have like Luke Harper in Bray Wyatt's corner. But either way, it's a good way to carry on the feud. It was a great match to see, and this is what we need from Bray Wyatt. Him to finally prove his point that whatever he says in his promos, like, I'm going to take you out, Roman Reigns, you will never be the same again. You can't protect them all, Roman, anyone but you. This is his way of proving it by in the ring. His talent in-ring ability is phenomenal, and he proved it tonight. He got the victory. Thank you, WWE. That's what we want to see. As for SummerSlam, I definitely see Roman Reigns getting the redemption on Bray Wyatt, seeing as how I don't think Bray Wyatt's going to win twice in a row, because it's arguable that would make Roman Reigns look weak. But again, I wouldn't really mind it. It's a win-win situation. Either way is a good way. So, Bray Wyatt won. I'm grateful for that. Alright, next match I'm going to be talking about is for the United States Championship match. It's the rubber match between John Cena versus Kevin Owens 3. Now, I'm just going to say right now, the ending is not going to ruin the match. It doesn't hurt the match that much. I mean, the match, again, was brilliant. Like Elimination Chamber and Money in the Bank, it was a great match to see. But, fuck me, WWE. The ending, in my opinion, yes, it hurt the match. It was going back and forth throughout most of the match. Kevin Owens, again, getting most of the offense. John Cena coming back time to time. I like how Kevin Owens stole John Cena's 5 moves of doom, just mocking him. I like how he was shouting at Michael Cole, do your job! Are you calling the match well? Or something like that, and it was funny to hear that. And towards the end of the match, John Cena started to get me worried. I mean, he hit a couple of AAs on Kevin Owens. He kicked out. He hit a super attitude adjustment on the second rope onto Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens still kicked out, and at that point I was like, haha, fuck you, Cena, Kevin Owens is going to win now. Cena's just like, oh shit, what do I do now? But then all of a sudden, it gets to the end of the match. STF on Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens taps out. Fuck's sakes. In 2015, WWE, are we still doing this, yeah? We're still going down the same old bullshit path of, oh, we've got a young talent here. He's got a lot of potential, but you know what? At the end of the day, John Cena's our golden boy. He's Vince McMahon's golden boy. So you know what? Nah, we're going to have to make him look pretty much like a bitch in that moment and have him tap out to Super Cena. Really don't like that thought. He didn't get buried. He got a loss. It's a loss that he looked very, very comfortable in a match that was pretty awesome. And he tapped out. I would have done that ending differently, like have him pass out and not tap out, because it still makes him look strong, whereas in his just tapping out, it kind of makes him look weak. I mean, he could have easily got to the ropes, if I'm honest with you, hadn't he not, pulled him back. But nonetheless, it was a pretty good match to see. I think their Elimination Chamber match was the best out of the 3. I didn't watch the Money in the Bank match, because I missed that pay-per-view, but their Elimination Chamber match, I think, was the best. I don't think there's going to be a 4th match. 4 matches is too much, in my opinion, unless they're going to do that 4th match tonight on Monday Night Raw, and Kevin Owens all of a sudden, surprisingly, wins the title, because he did say all in his promos, if anyone's going to take that title from you, John, it's going to be me. And is he going to live up to that promise tomorrow night or tonight? I don't know. But I really don't think he's going to. I say, spice things up a bit. Keep Kevin Owens in the mid-card title picture, but add another contender in there. Make it like a triple threat or a fatal 4-way match. I say throw Cesaro in there. Throw Neville in there. Maybe Stardust in there. That's something else. There's so many people you could do with this. But mostly Cesaro, because he is a star in the making, in my opinion. If you saw his 2 matches with John Cena, they were, whoa. They were old school. They were classics right there on Monday Night Raw. And I say, why not capitalise off that? Give him a US title shot. But then again, does anyone want to see Cesaro really hold the United States Championship again? Because we saw that in 2012, and it rose the prestige a bit, but was it that memorable? In a way, yes, and in a way, no. So would you like to see that again? Leave your thoughts and comments down below if you want to see Cesaro hold the United States Championship again. Me, personally, I'm all for it. Give John Cena and Cesaro a match at SummerSlam. I'm down for that. Give Cesaro the win. I would be down for that. But, you know, it's not up to us. It's up to WWE Creative. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Now, getting on to the main event, as Todd Grisham would once say. Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, going up against the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, the Architect, Seth Rollins. Now, the build-up has been bugging a lot of people. It's kind of bugged me in terms of storyline purposes, how Seth Rollins has been made to look like a bitch from Brock Lesnar. Even though Brock Lesnar has been booked to be a beast, Seth Rollins has been booked to being a bitch. Chicken shit heel, as everyone else would say. Leading into this match, it was a domination. Again, every time Brock Lesnar has a match, it's always a domination on the opponent. Even though Seth Rollins got a couple of kicks and some suicide dives towards the barricade, other than that, it was just all Lesnar, all Lesnar. Now, the ending, get in there, get in there. The ending is what really sold this pay-per-view for me. Lesnar hits the first F5, and it was the one and only F5 in the match. Lesnar goes for the cover. 1, 2, gong, lights go out, lights come back on, The Undertaker returns, fucking get in there! Honestly, man, I'm so happy. The Undertaker came back, he stares Brock Lesnar down in the eyes and fucking annihilates him. 2 chokeslams, 2 tombstones, and we all know why he's back. We all know why he's doing this, to avenge and get retribution and redemption for Brock Lesnar breaking the Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania 30. And not only that, but to avenge his brother Kane for getting, you know, his ankle injured by Brock Lesnar as well. So there's 2 reasons there, and at first, when this match was confirmed, I was kind of like skeptical. I'm like, oh, well, if you saw their WrestleMania 30 match, you wouldn't be happy with it. But you know what? Their feud leading into WrestleMania 30, there was no storytelling whatsoever. It was the same old cliche Undertaker promos, rest in peace. And even though that's a memorable line, it's kind of same old, same old. But now that the streak is over and that Lesnar's title shot has been blown away because of The Undertaker, this match at SummerSlam, Undertaker versus Lesnar, makes all fucking sense in the world. It's Money in the Bank. It's money. Brock Lesnar is the #1 box office draw, and The Undertaker's a 25-year veteran. That's going to get those ratings up for the WWE Network and Raw. And storyline, they can do so much with this. Like I said, the breaking of the streak at WrestleMania 30, how Undertaker tonight cost Brock Lesnar the shot to become WWE Champion. And that leaves one question, though, when it comes to Seth Rollins. Where does he go from here? Because we know he's still the champion. It ended in a no contest. Who is Seth Rollins going to defend his title against at SummerSlam? That's the question. I'm going to go give Dean Ambrose one more match with Seth Rollins at SummerSlam and give Dean Ambrose the title. That's what I'm thinking. They teased it at Elimination Chamber, but they never actually did it. I say in Brooklyn, New York, do it there. Because Dean Ambrose is also a good hard worker. Give him the title, it makes all the sense in the world. Because again, Seth Rollins has been made to look like a bitch ever since he held the title. The feud with Randy Orton was forgettable. The Fatal 4-Way match was good, from what I heard. And now this feud with Brock Lesnar, he's been made to look like a bitch. Nobody really wanted him to come out of this as champion, if I'm honest with you. So, in all honesty, leave your thoughts and comments down below on what you want to see for SummerSlam. Taker versus Lesnar at SummerSlam. I'm hyped for that. And that's another thing as well, by the way. Even if you are a bit sceptical about what The Undertaker's going to do for SummerSlam or WrestleMania 32, I'm going to say right now, make the most of The Undertaker being on TV. Love it, no matter what, because we're not going to get much of him anymore. I'm pretty sure this is The Undertaker's final year with WWE. After WrestleMania 32, I'm pretty sure that's when he's going to retire and go into the Hall of Fame. I'm pretty sure he's only got at least 2 matches left in him. SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar, and Sting at WrestleMania 32. After that, he's done, in my opinion. So, while Undertaker's on TV, enjoy it while you can. And that's what I'm going to do. So, no matter what Undertaker does from this point out, I'm going to be happy with it. Undertaker Lesnar, rematch SummerSlam, I'm happy with that. Are you the same? Leave your thoughts and comments down below. This has been my Battleground 2015 review. Overall, good solid show. Out of 5-star rating, I'm going to give it a 4 stars out of 5. It was a pretty darn good show, and that ending was amazing. Did you see that pop for The Undertaker right there? When the lights came back on, you saw The Undertaker. St. Louis went mental. I went mental, St. Louis went mental. I mean, St. Louis tonight was a great crowd, so thank you, St. Louis, for that. So, other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. and subscribe to the Lex Man, who makes great videos as a great wrestling shooter. Links down in the description. So yeah, all I can say is, peace out, my brothers.